Tennessee with Chaz Lanier now, they still have 2 available scholarship players on the roster. They have a team that can go probably 9, that they're set to go 9 deep next year with their rotation. They could potentially go 11 deep depending on Cade Phillips and Bishop Boswell, the new commit they have. They have room for 2 more scholarships. The question is, should they fill those scholarships? Rick Barnes said he was in no rush to fill those scholarships and he wasn't going to fill them just to fill them. And he said that before Chaz Lanier committed. Is Tennessee throwing away an opportunity by not filling those scholarships?
Yes, absolutely. And go ahead and phrase the poll question exactly like that, if you don't mind. Is Tennessee wasting an opportunity by not filling its last 2 basketball scholarships? Please do that for me right now, because there was a time you wouldn't take another player that you didn't really like because you could get stuck with him for 4 or 5 years. And I remember one Tennessee basketball coach going, man, I wish he'd transfer. I want the scholarship back. And I was really Fuzz. I mean, but he said that and they wanted the scholarship back, but you're no longer stuck. Now you can just run the young man. And you're perfectly fine with that. Once you run the young man, he's gone. Hopefully he gets another opportunity. Whether or not he does, the point is it is looked at far differently than it used to be. It used to be looked at as something that was absolutely terrible. That is not the case anymore. You're looked at just doing business. So I have no problem with running the guy that doesn't fit. Therefore, I don't have any concern about getting stuck into a scholarship. So yes, you need to burn those last 2 scholarships. Got to do it.
So Day's philosophy is use those scholarships on freshmen or underclassmen, and then don't hesitate to say, see ya, out the door after a year.
Yes, because you have another opportunity, and I don't feel bad about them anymore.
Well, the opportunities are the vast majority of players who enter the transfer portal, we're seeing the stats on this, are not finding homes when they enter a lot of times. I don't think Rick Barnes, knowing who he doesn't want to be stuck in a scholarship for 4 years. You're not going to get a one and done guy that's a veteran, because that veteran is going to look at somewhere he can play and elevate himself. And why would he look at Tennessee when Tennessee is now so loaded? So you're not going to get that. So you're only going to get an underclassman. Rick Barnes, Dave, he's too much of an altruistic guy to not honor his side of a scholarship if he offers it to somebody. Now, you may think that's old school, that's stupid. You should, you got to change with the times. Rick Barnes has Zen-like faith. I've told you that. It's a level of...
Wait, Caleb, are you telling me that Rick Barnes wouldn't take 2 more scholarships that could help his team because he either made a promise that he wouldn't take another score? He either made it outright, or he was like, you're my guy. I'm not come on.
No, I'm saying Rick Barnes wouldn't take 2 more scholarships to underclassmen to help his team because he doesn't want to be stuck with those scholarships. He would never run somebody off. He would never do what you're saying he should do.
That's crazy.
Why wouldn't he run somebody off? Everybody's fine with those rules, and he find him a place to play.
Rick Barnes is a super devout Christian and a man of faith and believes that his word is his bond and doesn't want to break it. I'm telling you, that is who Rick Barnes is. This is the guy who
I consider mine I'm a man of faith, same faith as he is, but there's nothing that's wrong the Bible doesn't say he doth not tell a basketball player that he doth not earneth minutes if he doesn't go to another program. And that's all you do. I wasn't crazy about Zakai Ziegler when I first saw him play. I thought he was going to be one of those guys you'd have to have a conversation with. I'm wrong, but I thought you'd have to, this is not exactly the kind of point guard we're looking for. I thought that a long time ago. I don't think that now, obviously.
Rick Barnes is, when I say his type of faith, though, I mean he is so committed to the golden rule in his mind. This is what he's doing. He's saying, if I were offered a scholarship, I would hope that the coach would honor that scholarship all 4 years I was there. Therefore, since I would hope they would do it for me, I'm going to do it for anybody I offer it to, because I'm going to do it to others as I would have them do unto me. And that is how Rick Barnes believes, and that is his philosophy. And it is admirable. It's maybe not the cutthroat level you need to win, but Rick Barnes is, look, he is, I have a feeling that if you Rick Barnes is the guy, if I take him to a restaurant, I might order a beer and he's ordering club sodas the rest of the night because he just doesn't believe in drinking.
Okay. So you just said that you want to know that you have the security to be someplace for 4 years if you sign up. Well, if I'm Chaz Lanier right now, how many years of eligibility does he have remaining?
1
year. You sure he doesn't have more than 1 year?
Yeah, he just has 1.
Okay. Okay. So you know what? If I call and I say, hey, I heard this rumor you're wanting to take another 4-star guy, and he looks like me, and he might be a natural scorer. You know what I'm going to say? That is just absolutely,
that's hot,
incredible. You're saying he's going to go
like that is total bullshit.
Why wouldn't he take the better player?
No, I'm not saying he wouldn't take the better player.
Yes,
he could take
you too long to break that down because my board froze up. Go ahead.
I'm saying if he took a player, he would commit. He doesn't want to commit to that play. If he took a player, he would commit to him for however many years of eligibility he has left. And he's not going to get anybody right now with years of eligibility left that's a 4-star. He's not really, I don't think there's many people that are entertaining Tennessee because of how deep they are right now. So if he took a player, Dave, what you're talking about is a 2 to 3-star underclassman who Rick Barnes, because he doesn't believe in running guys off, would be locked in for at least 3 years.
I'm not going to get locked into him because I'm going to say, hey, Jimmy Bob, I'm sorry. This isn't working out. And I think that's the way big time college athletes need to be treated now. And if they don't like it, then go to a smaller school. Places like Liberty aren't going to boot you out. Other places like ETSU aren't going to boot you out. But if you want to play at this level, I'm sorry, this is different.
But then what I'm talking about, though, is you may think that, and you may think that's how it goes. Rick Barnes doesn't. Rick Barnes thinks, Rick Barnes philosophically thinks that is wrong to do to somebody. This is a guy who he got fired by Texas, and a month later he showed up for TJ Ford's graduation from Texas.